Hello everyone, and welcome to Victoria's Jurassic Cantina. I'm very excited because today we are taking a look at this. This is the Hasbro Jurassic Park Dino Showdown Allosaurus Assault set that was released in 2013 as a Toys R Us exclusive in order to commemorate the theatrical re-release of Jurassic Park in 3D. And this, my friends, is awesome. This is absolutely what the Jurassic World toy line should have been. It's really a shame that in 2013 they did something so awesome. This was sculpted by Dave Silva, who has worked for Hasbro and NECA, and most recently did the Creative Beast Studio Kickstarter for the Beasts of the Mesozoic, all of the raptors that got funded, and which I backed, and I'm really looking forward to. But this is Dave's work, and this is a fantastic looking piece. I don't even need to open it up in order to tell you that. But we are going to open it up. But first I want to remark about the packaging, how awesome it looks. It's got a very jungle sort of feel to it. I love the color palette. I love the tropical look to it. Greenery, the leaves there at the top, and the grass. And then it's got kind of like a pastel yellow background on the inside. And you see what looks like an electric fence. This is just gorgeous packaging, and in my opinion, the nicest Jurassic Park related packaging ever since the original Kenner 1993 packaging done for the original Jurassic Park toy line. Here at the top, you get the JP logo. It says Allosaurus Assault with Dino Damage, and then it says the bite is back. You get the Hasbro logo. The side shows you an illustration of the Allosaurus attacking this dino hunter guy, and that just looks so incredible. Opposite side has a mirror image of that illustration, and at the back you get this awesome looking image of the toy in action battling against the dino hunter, and you get a very cool embossed looking Jurassic Park logo at the top. It says the dinosaurs are back, these savage beasts battle for supremacy. The image there of the Allosaurus looks a little bit exaggerated. It doesn't look exactly like that, but the image itself is pretty cool, and seeing the dino hunter fixing to blast him with his bow at point blank range is a little brutal, but you know, what are you going to do? You're being chased by Allosaurs on Isla Nublar. What can you do? On the left side, it says pull arm back for head thrashing action. Gives you a little demonstration. The description says the huge Allosaurus grabs Ash Skull Striker, which is the little guy that comes packed in here, in its sharp teeth and furiously shakes the hunter. Ash frees himself and aims his bow and arrow at the raging predator. Very interesting how they named this guy. I wonder if there wasn't more to this toy line than actually meets the eye. Maybe there was a little bit more of a background sort of inspiration for this that never really came to fruition. The name Ash Skull Striker doesn't have a copyright logo or a trademark next to it, so perhaps it wasn't ultimately that important. But it tells you a little bit about the guy. Classification: mercenary, specialty martial arts, and weapon bow and arrow. Out of all those things, I would imagine the bow and arrow may be the best weapon to use against the raging Allosaurus. Show you a look here at the bottom of the box, and it looks very much like what you would see at the bottom of maybe the paddock in Jurassic Park for the dinosaurs. And then it shows you the dino growlers. We have previously looked at the Velociraptor, and we've got a look at the T-Rex coming up very shortly. Dino Showdown, the Pachyrhinosaurus, which I also have and will be reviewing in our next video. And then Dino Battlers. These were the 2 packs that came with smaller scale dinosaurs. I actually saw these last year at my local Toys R Us Express, so at least some of these products are still out there. So we have spent a lot of time talking about the packaging, and I really wanted to do that because, like I said, this is some amazing packaging. But now we want to get to the main attraction. Let me go ahead and get this opened out of the box. We will take a closer look at the Allosaurus, and we will see just how awesome this fantastic looking piece really is. Alright you guys, so now we have the Allosaurus out of the packaging, and getting the Allosaurus out of the packaging was very similar to removing a Jurassic World toy from the packaging, so probably that whole setup originated with this Allosaurus and the Pachyrhinosaurus. So let's go ahead and kick things off with Ash Skull Striker. So the figure looks really good. I don't have a whole lot of a connection to this figure because I really don't know a whole lot about Ash Skull Striker or, you know, what he is. I mean, I guess no one really does. But the figure itself, what I can tell you is that it seems to be of very good quality. It's essentially like a G.I. Joe, but it's got a pretty good sculpt. Very beefy looking dude. He's got a little hole there in his back. The paint for his outfit is quite simplistic, not a whole lot of weathering going on. And he does come with all of those accessories, which we will look at in just a moment. Let me give you an up close of this guy. He looks like he means business. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's got very clean paint. Definitely looks like a Macho Man type dude. And it almost looks a little bit like Hoskins, doesn't it? From Jurassic World. Just a little bit. Hoskins wasn't quite this built, but this guy looks pretty built. He looks pretty good. He's got a little tat right there on his lower forearm. Looks like a dinosaur skull, maybe an Allosaurus skull. Very interesting. And he's wearing gloves. He's got his army green combat pants. He's got his combat boots. So this guy is definitely going to Isla Nublar prepared for whatever comes in his way. And that's a good thing because you don't want to go there unprepared. In terms of articulation, he's a super articulated figure. He's got a ball joint here at the head, ball hinging at both of the shoulders. He's got ball hinging at both of the elbows. You can swivel him at the wrists. He's got a ball hinge at the upper torso, ball hinging at both of the hips. They can move forward almost 90 degrees. They don't really go out a whole lot though, just the way that it was engineered, not a whole lot of outward split type movement. He's got double bends at both of his knees, and then you get your hinges at both of the ankles. So quite a bit of movement with this little guy. In terms of accessories, our boy comes with a pistol, and a very simplistic pistol to get him to carry it on his person. He has a holster. Basically just plug it in like that and he can wear it. He's got not one but two swords. One's a longer sword, the other one's a little bit shorter, and again, very simplistic, but very cool looking nonetheless. He also comes with this sheath that plugs into his back for you to stow the swords. To get them in there, you basically just slide them in like so. And we'll do the same with the shorter sword, just like that. And you can see them on the inside. And then we will affix this to his back just like that. And now Ash can grab his swords or grab his pistol to attack the incoming Allosaurus. But wait, there's more. He's also got his bow and arrow. And like all of the accessories, they're all very simple, but sometimes that's an okay thing when you get a large amount of accessories. I mean, this looks like a pretty high-tech bow, to be honest. I've done a little bit of archery, and I don't think I've ever used anything that looks like this. And now that brings us to the Allosaurus, the star of the set. And I gotta tell you that this looks freaking amazing. This is absolutely what you would expect if Kenner were still around doing the Jurassic Park toys. This is Kenner quality right here. And it absolutely baffles me how Hasbro could do something so spectacular looking and then in just a few short years give us the Jurassic Park toys. It's like, what happened? There's plenty of detail packed into this dinosaur. He's got a lot of paint applications, lots of articulation, and it does look very lifelike. All around, I'm just super impressed with what I'm seeing here. Let me go ahead and give you a close-up of the Allosaurus's head. Just look at that. That is like very, very shocking. I mean, it's no surprise that David Silva sculpted something like this because he's immensely talented, but this just looks absolutely stunning for a Hasbro product. And I don't know why they didn't keep Dave on hand for doing the Jurassic World dinosaurs. I mean, that's really what they should have done. Instead, it seems like they just took a bunch of digital models and, reshaped them and stuff. This is pure artisanship right here. I mean, just look at it. Look at all the scales and details and striations and the folds there in its neck. This looks very reptilian. Looks like an iguana. And I just really, really am liking what I am seeing here. Look at those eyes. It definitely has some personality to it. It looks like this sort of creature that you might come upon in Jurassic Park. I mean, wow, lots of great sculpted detail. And the head looks pretty accurate for an Allosaurus. So the teeth look very nice, the way they're just kind of hanging over its jaw. You can see it has a bit of a gum line to it. The nostrils here at the front. I mean, that just looks amazing. Just plain amazing. All the detail there. Again, very much like an iguana. It has these spikes that kind of run alongside its body all the way down to the tail. And all along the body, there's plenty of sculpted detail. You can kind of see its ribs right here. I mean, just look at everything that went into doing this. This is extremely detailed. Easily the most detailed Kenner or Hasbro dinosaur that I have in my collection. Probably the most detailed one they ever did. Wow. I really, really love the aesthetics here. I mean, even like the undersides of the feet have detail to them. I mean, this is just really, really cool. Legs look very muscular and powerful, just along the whole body, running down all the way to the tail. I mean, look at that. There's a lot of detail underneath the tail running like that. These spikes down here are blue. And yeah, this is just awesome. The legs themselves, look at all the detail in there. I mean, these look like dinosaur legs. This looks like almost like something you would expect from Papo. I mean, there's just a lot of detail in there. And I'm very, very impressed with this. The coloration to me seems like the sort of thing you're either going to love or hate. Personally, I like it. I think it could have been a little more vibrant. Maybe just like a lighter blue color and some more vibrant oranges. But I really like what they did with it. I mean, it's basically like a deep sort of aquamarine color, I guess I would say, like a bluish green sort of thing. And then you got your oranges, you got your yellows, very nice blending of colors. It's got a very good gradient. You can see that here in the neck. You can see it in the arms. Check out its claws. Very nice sculpt work. And then, yeah, I mean, you get patches of white alongside its body on the top, surrounded by orange. There's definitely a lot of paint that went into doing this. And for what they did here, I just think that it looks spectacular. The dinosaur itself is pretty lightweight. And I noticed that the tail seems a little bit more rubbery than the rest of the body, which makes sense perhaps for safety reasons. That could have been why they did that. It's still pretty rigid, but does have a more rubbery, slightly stickier sort of feel to it. So one of the absolutely cool things about this dinosaur is the fact that it's loaded with articulation. Can you believe that? For example, look at the head. The head is on a ball joint. You can make it look down. You can make it look like that. You can make it tilt its head to the side. Or if you want to get really crazy with it, you can just spin it all the way upside down. Do a complete 360 with it. This is awesome. You'll see that there are a couple of noticeable pegs here in the jaw. That's because the jaw itself is articulated. You can open its mouth quite a bit, actually. Look at that. That's insane. But that's great. I mean, more articulation, the better, in my opinion. Again, the teeth look very nice. And when you open the mouth, you see that there is some good sculpted detail there to the tongue. And the roof of the mouth is basically just blue. I think they should have painted that more like the tongue, more of a fleshy color. But hey, can't complain too much because this is just so awesome. And then you can close it. The neck also moves. That's actually integrated into the action feature here, which both of the shoulders are on ball hinges. So you can pop them outward like that and spin them all the way around. And for the action feature, it doesn't work particularly well on my Allosaurus. Basically, you're just supposed to like pull it down. It's supposed to move its head back, but it doesn't really work too well on my dinosaur. From what I've seen, this is kind of hit and miss. On some people's dinosaurs, it works quite well, and on others, for whatever reason, it just doesn't. It sometimes catches and sometimes engages, but like right there, it's working okay. It's a little loud, but yeah, now it stopped. Darn. Now, as far as the rest of the figure goes, you do get your swivels here at both of the hips, here where you have the JP logo, and then you get ball hinging at both of the ankles, I'll call them, and you can bend them forward like that, and you can rotate them all the way around. So this is really cool. Nothing at the tail, despite the fact that you see that seam right there. That does not spin. But for what we got, this is truly impressive, especially in terms of like the head having that articulation and the jaw having this articulation too. I think it's just really, really cool. So you'll also notice that there is some dino damage, because this wouldn't be a Jurassic Park toy if there wasn't dino damage. And it looks okay. I mean, as far as that sort of thing goes, it doesn't look as bad as it does a lot of the time, but you can see some ribs and some torn muscle and flesh, and you can see the rib cage in there. Now, they did give us a dino damage covering here, and as you can see, it's got some pretty nice sculpted detail to it. Backside basically just kind of looks wounded, and to get it applied, basically you're just going to line it up here like so and press it. And the little grooves that it has in there, line up very nicely with the inside of the wound. So that looks really good, very seamless and less obnoxious than even the original Kenner Jurassic Park toys look. This is a perfect implementation of this sort of feature. And then if you want to get it removed, there's a little tab right there. All you got to do is take your thumbnail and just pull it and it comes right off. Now in terms of size for Allosaurus, we're looking at an overall length of about 10.5 inches. The height is going to be roughly about 5.5 inches, and that's going to change depending on how you orient your Allosaurus. He's about 3 inches wide, and then the figure itself is about 4.25 inches tall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Jurassic Park Dino Showdown Allosaurus Assault featuring Allosaurus and Ash Skull Striker. All in all, you guys, I am completely pleased and impressed with this set. Even though I got mine on the secondary market since it's been out of stores for some time and had to pay a premium on it, I think it was very well worth it. There's no denying the high level of detail on this Allosaurus dinosaur. It's just loaded with sculpted details and looks truly phenomenal. The coloration, in my opinion, looks tremendously good. They could have gone multiple ways with the paint. I mostly like what they did, though I would have done something just a little bit different, but I am pretty happy with the way that they painted it. The fact that the dinosaur is articulated and has ball joints at the head, jaw, arms, and ankles is absolutely incredible because we just don't really see articulated toy dinosaurs. The human figure itself, Ash Skull Striker, wasn't something that I thought I was going to be completely enamored with, but I actually really like it. It's a very G.I. Joe-esque sort of action figure, but it looks good. It's got pretty nice paint and it's got plenty of articulation, which enables you to do a lot of fun things with it in terms of posing it with the Allosaurus. He's got quite a few weapons, which is awesome. And as you can see, makes for a fun meal with the Allosaurus. I imagine that kids purchasing the set would have quite a bit of fun with it just because there's a lot of playability between the action figure and the dinosaur. When you factor in all of the articulation and action features and accessories that this set has, there's just a lot that can be done with it, and I think that's phenomenal. While I wouldn't say that this is a 100% perfect set, since the dinosaur is a little bit hard to stand at times, and the action feature just doesn't work very well at all, I will say that it totally meets my standards, and I think that for what Hasbro did, it's absolutely incredible. And again, this is exactly what the Jurassic World toy line needed to be. We needed human figures, we needed highly detailed dinosaurs that have articulation, action features. Imagine getting a set like this with, Velociraptor Blue and Owen. I know we got a set like that, but that set sucks. Imagine a highly articulated Blue with a highly articulated Owen and a proper motorcycle. How cool would that have been? Imagine something like a detailed, articulated T-Rex that came packed with a Claire figure. How awesome would that be? That's what we should have gotten. That's what I wish we would have gotten. But hey, the fact that Hasbro is capable of doing something like this set gives me hope that in the future, we will maybe get toys that are up to this quality. Even though there are minor issues with this set, even though the Allosaurus is a little bit small compared to the human figure, this is just a stellar set. If you're a Jurassic Park collector and you're able to swing it, then I highly recommend that you go back and add this set to your collection because it is just absolutely phenomenal. One of the coolest Jurassic Park related pieces ever produced in my opinion, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright my friends, if you've enjoyed this video, then I do encourage you to please like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this set, whether or not it is something you would add to your Jurassic Park collection. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter for the latest news and updates, and as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Till next time my friends, bye bye.